Okay, I think it's going. Maybe it's going. YouTube. Is it going YouTube? Yes, it is. Okay, there it is. All right, all right. Good, 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 good. All right. So I've made some modifications here. I've set up one of the simple fluid placers from Just Dire Things here, and this is making obsidian, which is great. I've also kind of gone in down here and tore this up a bit. Still got some things, but like I I don't really need that many hose now. Just toss that in there. Okay. And now off to go look at item processing, because a few things have changed here. Uh, so, I realized, ooh, whoa, bit of a lag there. So I realized that some of the blocks that were being broken here were dropping experience. And I realized that when I walked by it and suddenly gained 63 levels. So I put an under tank here with the experience going into it. The other side of the under tank is actually the mob grinder from before I replaced the tank that the mob was going, or the absorption hopper from the mob grinder was going into with an under tank. So now this is connected to that system and the experience is being stored away. Now, next up is the part that converts uh, what? What does this not? It does turn into blocks because it's so because this is Ori Tech and not okay. Well, I don't know how to deal with that. Um, that turns into uranium dust. It should be about the same, shouldn't it? I would think. So, like, is there like a special use case for this that like cannot be used for like regular stuff? Crafting. This might be unique. Shows that. So I don't know why it's dropping its own ore. That's going to need further investigation later on, I guess. Anyway, so I've replaced the crafting table with this because I realized that if I set the filter on this to just not allow storage blocks, which seems to be anything that's any one of these blocks, if we look at it, kind of see that has C colon storage block in there, storage blocks. So by forbidding just that one block type, it allows it to turn these into these, and I don't have to go through and specify every single recipe. And furthermore, it can do more than 9. I think was what the auto crafting table could do. So yeah, this is going to work out a lot better going forward. Originally, I tried to have them as all one barrel because it made sense that this one, which is only set to filter input, and this one, which is set to filter input and output, would work because, you know, they'd kind of add together, and if it went to one filter, it would go. But no, apparently when you have input filters, I'm not sure about output filters, probably it's true there too, but if you have two filters that are set to filter the input of a chest, then only items that are on both lists can actually go into the chest. So I had to split them up. Which, not really too big of a deal, just more of an annoyance than anything. Okay, and then over here in the thing that turns those into dust, I added a redstone reader here so I can keep track of the comparator value of this, which tells me how full the Ender source jar is. Now, this means that my... Are you serious? My headphones just alerted me that their battery is low and it's probably just gonna die soon. Apparently they didn't charge up. Anyway, so because this means that my drop items function here would require 4 arguments, and if we pull up the programmer thing here, uh, you can see that apply only goes up to 3 arguments. And in case you're wondering, the apply thing here, the functions, like these functions are all operators. So if you just put them in apply, it's just basically a function call, a straight up function call then. So you put your function in here, the arguments in here, and this is basically going to be the result of that function call. But because this only goes up to 3, I have to get a little creative. Now there is an N version, which allows you to put it in a list, but I'd have to create a blank list and then manually add each item onto that, and it'd be annoying. And at this point, if I was going to do that, I might as well just use this one with 1 argument call and just pass it a list. So to solve that, I've modified my function so that the third value, instead of being fill, is can, which is short for can this run, which is going to be the output of this function, can process. I guess that's what that's short for, is can process. So it calls this function first, which has fill and magic values. So fill would be how full this chest is here, and magic is how the comparator value of the jar here. So if both those are good, it returns a true value, which gets passed to can here, and that's pretty much that. Over here, I'm absolutely amazed that this was the bottleneck. What? What? No, 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 you should not be. Should not be. What's going on here? Okay, we have 4 copper ingots here. Lead. Okay. Problem is that I haven't put a place for lead. To just do that real quicksy. Get that there, throw that there. That's a lead block. I didn't really need to grab the lead ingot, but whatever. Throw that there. There we go. Okay. I should keep it entertained for a little while. Okay, so I was not expecting this at all to be the bottleneck here. This was just taking forever, so I wound up just upgrading the smelter into elite smelters, 3 of them, and it's still not even done with the copper. Like, this has been going on like all night, and it's still not done with it. Like, this does not bode well for future quarries. I'm probably gonna have to build a few more of these things. Yes. So Nothing really changed here much except for that. We got more going on. Thankfully, the power seems to be keeping up. I was afraid that my power generation would not keep up with 3 elite smelting factories, but it has been without too much of an issue. So that's good. Um, I did see that there was a few more items in this chest that we should probably get sorted. Okay, so this is aluminum. Aluminum. What are you? You are osmosium aluminum. Okay, so this is 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay. All right, and then there's that block there. Tin. Okay, so what are you? You are aluminum still. You're tin. Okay. So this would be 0, 1, and you would be 2 there. Okay. I don't know why I'm getting bouts of lag like that. Not very comforting. Anyway, yeah, so going through here, finding out what I can and cannot process is kind of a pain in the rear. I don't know why that's there. I must have tossed it there. Some of these, like Cinnabar, I feel like Cinnabar has a liquid output, or at least it used to in previous things. So I don't know if I really want to process that, especially since I can't find one with a liquid output. But like in a previous mod that actually used Cinnabar, I think it was like Downcraft or something like that, which probably isn't an issue in this one since that's not a mod that's in the thing. But you know, I'm kind of reluctant to process it without fully understanding it. And we got a bunch of these with like they're just rubies. I think these might be compactable, so might do that. But yeah, okay, yeah, ruby is compactable. But we got ones that aren't. Where are they? I keep like resorting them, so I have no idea what's what in here. Honestly, zinc could probably be processed without too much of an issue. Uranite. Here we go. This does not compact, so we can make raw uranite here. We can cook it to uranite. We can turn it into blocks of uranite, and it compacts. What the hell? Okay. Forget what I just said. Inferium's going to be a weird one. I know exactly how to deal with that, but it's going to be pain in the ass. I've actually already kind of started to do that back at the base. Head back to the base, and I kind of show what I mean. I'm going to need to build like a special station just for it. So, like over here, if you have one of these things, you can take 1, 2, 3, 4 of these things. Right, center, block, 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 and block, and it upgrades it to the next tier. There is the one you start off one with limited uses, but obviously I've already passed that stage and just kind of did that off camera because it was boring. Yes. So I'm gonna have to build something likely with probably using that crafter that I was previously using uh, to handle that. Yes. I tried to light up the area a bit more here. I put some mage blocks there to try to stop zombies from jumping in here because they're always freaking annoying. What else? So I started kind of gearing up to do some dimensional quarry action to gain resources. And in that endeavor, built. Here's another. Where did you come from? Like seriously, where do you guys keep coming from? Maybe there. Okay, okay. Here's what we're gonna do. More mage blocks. That's a mage light. I mean, they're like blocks, except for the fact that they're not blocks. Oop, oop. I just made a stairway to them. Oh, come on. There he goes. Well, not quite. Okay. Alright, well, I'm out of mana, so... yeah. So I made a couple of quantum entangled thingies. Where are they? Not there. Really not here either? Unless, okay, here they are. Quantum entangle order thing, which are basically like the Tesseracts from thermal expansion. They teleport power and items and fluids, I believe. A highly advanced block capable of transmitting any practical resource across long distances and dimensions. They might be able to also handle gases, since that's kind of a mechanism thing, which neat. But I kind of realized that building a quarry system in another dimension is pointless if I can. What the hell is that? Oh, it's a chicken jockey. Okay, okay. No, no, I don't think that's what I was saying before. Oh, oh, I see. It's the chicken's face. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense now. So, yeah, so an extra dimensional quarry is pointless if I don't have anywhere to place the blocks. And while this system here alone will handle the majority of the blocks, and this will be able to handle the majority of the ores, I still need a place to put all the various miscellaneous blocks that I have absolutely no idea what to do with yet. Which means we need to get into applied energistics, which apparently has a guidebook. We need to look at that. Okay. This is fascinating. Wait. Pattern provider. I mean, that actually is kind of somewhat interesting. So, I can't click on it to learn more. What's this? Oh, interesting, interesting. Okay, okay, okay. Well, I kind of already understand how this all works. You have. It looks like they updated the art style, which is kind of neat. Okay, so we have the inscriber. Looks like they have a pattern provider on the inscriber. I don't know if it's actually going to be able to work just straight up like that. That'd be neat if it did, but in the past it didn't. So we always had to kind of build somewhat interesting machines to actually process inscriber things. What is this? Huh. That's an interesting way of doing that. Like, I would imagine that the pattern provider uh, is a thing where you put the recipes at, so, and the arrow would kind of show what direction it went. So, like, whatever recipe went in here would be pushing up into this ME interface, and the ME interface would be what allows you to import or export items into the thing. The storage bus, I believe, tells it this is kind of like an expansion of the system itself. So, like, anytime coal went into the system, it might try to stick it into the side of the furnace here to be fuel, and like the top would, anytime ores went in, it'd probably try to push it out into the top to smelt them, and the hopper would pull it out and push into this pattern provider, which is a little weird because I don't think pattern providers have that kind of functionality. Like, it would make sense if it was going into an ME interface, but it's going into a pattern provider, which is a little weird. This looks like the main system itself. So the controller, the drive looks like a server with 6 drives in it. That's neat. Energy acceptor, which probably takes forge unit energy, or forge energy units, and converts them into the energy that the system uses. We have 2 crafting processors here. No, actually we don't. We have 1, unless coprocessors are now the main one. I guess it is. Okay, so a crafting co-processing unit in the past was like additional processors, so you'd have a processor and then the co-processor, but it looks like they merged them together, which kind of makes sense. So this is 2 different crafting things. Each one handles a recipe on its own, and they use the crafting storage to hold the crafting components. So as long as the item here does not, or as long as a recipe does not require more items than could be stored in 1K, this unit can handle it. Otherwise, it kind of need this. It looks like it can handle 4 different parts of the same recipe at the same time because it's got 4 crafting units. And then this crafting monitor just shows you what it's making, which is cool. And then, like, over here, the molecular assemblers, I believe, is basically its crafting table thing that it can use in an automated fashion. It uses the patterns in the pattern provider to push items into the molecular assembler and then push them back out. You know, that's an interesting thing. If the molecular assembler pushes them back out kind of the way they came in, the results back in the way it came in, maybe that's kind of how this is working and entering the system. Well, no, because generally when you pipe in items, in the past, like the relationship between the molecular assembler and the pattern provider was kind of special. Because if you pipe items directly into the pattern provider here, it would generally fill up the pattern provider's internal storage. As a result, you could actually like automate um, filling it with patterns. That doesn't look to be the case, although this does have an arrow on it, which is confusing. None of the others have an arrow. So I'm not sure quite what that means. Also, I noticed that like they have multiple molecular assemblers connected to a pattern provider, and that could suggest that maybe it's able to use any one of these. So like if this one's already being used by this one here, and this one wants to do something, it might normally try to use this one, but if it's busy, it might be able to use like this one or this one. That's interesting. All right, well, we're largely going to figure things out as we go. So, where the hell did you come from? Oh, oh, okay. All right. So, we're gonna work on that. Oh, I need to talk about restricted transport pipes because finally found them. Finally found them. I knew they had to exist in this mod pack. I knew they had to exist. So, what they basically do is pipes generally work by a nearest first kind of algorithm. So the first one they find along a path, which is always the nearest one, they'll try to shove items into first. And if they can't, then they move on to the next uh, possible destination, so on and so forth. So, kind of for example, here, when items enter the system here, they'll go down here, and it will try to shove them into here before trying to move them on down here, and trying to shove them into here, and so on and so forth down the line. And as it's going for, it has kind of a count of how many pipes it's been through, so that it, to help it ensure that it finds the closest one to it that is valid. It may actually even have kind of a routing table already in mind, so it doesn't have to explore it every single time, which would make sense. Now, the restrictive transport pipe kind of... do I have enough pipes to demonstrate this? I do not. I was going to build the demonstration, but I do not, in fact, have enough pipes for it. Okay. Huh. I want to demonstrate it, but I just don't have pipes. Anyway, so the restrictive pipes kind of messes with that count a bit, and these ones, I believe, actually add 1,000. Does it say? No, it doesn't give you any information on it whatsoever. So this counts as 1,000 pipes. So when an item is traversing through this system here, okay, so if this were to pull items from this chest, they would go one pipe, 1,001 pipes, 1,002 pipes, and then go to there. So if I had more pipes along here, as long as whatever route was under 1,000, it would go there first before going to this chest, allowing you to kind of create sort of like default routes. Which is good. And for my storage, I generally like to use 3 or more of these things, so that way I can possibly later on have a system, well, something else that's connected to the system that is deprioritized, but able to retain a higher priority than the default storage unit. So we'll get into that. Yeah. Okay, so what do we need first? I believe I need crap tons of iron. Okay, so applied intergistics. I believe we need an inscriber. Inscribe. How do we make an inscriber? Pistons, chest, and okay. So I need copper, iron, cobblestone. Do I just have loose cobblestone? I have some. Uh, maybe I have some in my thing here. I have a little bit. That's not going to be enough, though. Okay, well, now what I can do is this, this. Oop, another moment of lag there. Toss this into here. And I just remembered I'm actually making cobblestone back at the base. So this was completely unnecessary. There we go. Okay. Oh, I also need redstone. Okay, so this, 1, 2. Build an inscriber. Also gonna need a charger. So I need more iron and copper. Okay, so going to need to build a couple of things. Let's see. Where is the main block? What is ME controller? That's what we're looking for. Flux crystal. Okay. That's interesting. So it needs to be charged, crystal, redstone, and quartz to make 2 flux crystals. Interesting that you can also use flux. Oh, but it only creates 1? What's the point of that then? Because you get the flux dust by crushing a flux crystal. Okay, whatever. Okay, so quartz. Ah, crap! I don't remember. What was it all? It was surface quartz crystal charged. Yeah, it has to be charged. Okay. Do I have Certus quartz crystals somewhere? Well, I know I got some back at the old base. Okay. Where did I put that? Oh, it's crystals. I mean, I suppose I could just go break some more. There we go. Lots of quartz. Let's see. Can I just kind of do this? Looks like I can. Okay. Was that in there for the time being? Oh, it is charged. Why is device offline? Oh, because there's no pinging it. Okay, cool. Is that in there? I like my bed with me, I do. Okay, so where'd my quartz go? Could have swore I had a not full stack. There it is. 16, that's okay, yep. That should be sufficient. Turn off the magnet. This, and this. This, and this. There we go. Okay, so the ME controller requires Skystone block. I'm pretty sure I do have some Skystone somewhere around here. Let's just do that so we can highlight all the stuff in this mod. That would make things a little bit easier, I think. Oh, got more quartz there. Nice. Yes, here we go. Okay. Yeah. We need the inscriber. Okay. Okay, so what is it that we need to inscribe for the thingamabobber? Where did it go? Okay, so we need an engineering processor, which silicon. Okay, so wait, what? That's interesting. I think that's the old texture for this too. What deals with that? Okay, so I need silicon. I'm pretty sure I have some somewhere in here. Yep, silicon right there. Okay. And what was the other thing that I needed? Uh, diamond, right? Diamond. Also grab some gold just while I'm at it. That should be sufficient. That should also be sufficient. And there we go. Lots of materials. Well, lots of fun toys to work with. All right, I'm headed up here. Whoa, lag. I don't think my computer likes me playing this game and streaming it at the same time. I think that's what's going on with the lag there. Because it doesn't lag like this when I'm not streaming. And, well, this is not a gaming laptop, so... which one is it? I believe it was the engineer, driver. Excuse me. Why is there dust here? What? Do you just do you just process things without that now? Like what? I've never seen that before. That is new to me. Uh, I need backpack space. I need that still. Okay, so there's the silicon one. There it is. This. Where did I put my silicon? Oh, it's right there. Okay. Okay, now I believe I need that. And where's my redstone? Did I do I not? I didn't grab redstone. Grabbed everything else, but not redstone. That'll do. Actually, I don't really need to go back there. No, I do because of the inscriber. That, and actually, I think those need to be the other way around. There. Okay. And oh, okay. It needs to be skystone blocks, which is cooked skystone. Okay. And there we have it, our ME controller. Okay, now I need a server. Or I guess it's called an ME drive. Which requires more of exactly what I just made. Okay. So that requires two of those. I'm also going to need to make this. Okay. So, yeah, that's about what I thought. Okay. Um, nope, nope. This is what I want. Uh, I'm going to need that's charged. I just need three of these for now. Yep, okay. Perfect. Okay, and now I need those charged ones. Actually, use. I'm going to need that anyway, so I might as well just convert it all. Okay, and then I do have sufficient iron. Nope, nope. Oh, just gonna do this. Now we're gonna shove that into the bag. Okay, and need an energy adapter. So I need copper. I do have copper on me. Need more iron though. Uh, where was that? There it is. Glass. Is this specifically quartz glass? It is. Okay. So I need 5 more of those things. Uh, Okie dokie. Okay, that'll allow me to convert forge energy into light logistics energy. Uh, what do I need next? I need an interface. Interface. Okay, so formation and destruction core, logic processor. There it is. So they both logic processors? Yes, so I just need 2 logic processors. Okay. Silicon, 1, 2. That away. Logic, do I have gold? I do have gold. Okay, good, 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 good. Okay. Okay, so one is quartz, the other is charged quartz. Okay. That is the difference between those two recipes. Uh, And I do have sufficient iron and gold, too. Okay, so I need charged, and I think one of those. So that there. What was the one between them? Flux dust. Ooh. Okay, we need to grind up two of these then. Do I not have that on? Oh, I did not have that on. Okay. Formation core. Cool. Gives me two of them. That's nice. That is not what was there. What am do go there? Quartz. Regular quartz. Okay. Where's my quartz? There's my quartz. Okay, interface. Okay, now I believe this is... Yes, this is what I want. Okay. Pretty sure. I'm used to a row underneath of it. Or maybe that's what this is. Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah. No, no. That makes sense. Okay, yep. We're good. I can break it that. Cool, 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 cool. Okay, and... terminal. Need a... Just a regular terminal here. Formation, annihilation. Annihilation and formation. Okay, good, 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 good. I need glowstone. Okay. Uh, where's my glowstone? There it is. Why does my jetpack keep cutting out? Okay. That might be enough glowstone. I'll just assume it is for now. Okay. What did I need from here again? Glass. That's right. That's right. I need glass. One second. Okay, so um, so I need quartz glass, which means I'm going to need right up 5 quartz again. Okay, yep. I'm just burning through this quartz quite quickly. Okay. Hopefully I will have enough to get started. That isn't charged, right? Okay, good, 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 good. I think my headphones may have just died. Yep, they just died. 1 second. Oh, it froze for a second there. Okay. That was interesting. At least it's working now, so whatever. Can't complain too much if it's working. My headphones are doing the you thing. 1 second. Okay, I think might be good now. They were stuck in a loop where they were constantly connecting and disconnecting from Bluetooth, which causes issues. Okay, so can I just no? Well, yeah, because this. Okay, there we go. I believe it was this. And was it iron? Yes. Okay, and the terminal. Right. Okay. Just getting a little on the full side here. Gonna need that. Gonna need that. Gonna need that. That. Yeah, I got redstone. All right. Yeah, that is not the right press. That was the silicon one. This is the silicon one. Yeah, I probably should just convert it all. I have absolutely no idea what else I could use silicon for, and it's easy enough to make, so. Though perhaps when I'm not trying to do other things. There. Okay, and then we have terminal. Boom. Okay. Next. Next for the real fun, because as it is, it can't actually store anything. I need... Let's go 16K. I think I need these. Ideally, I'd like to make 8 of these. Might actually have to settle for these, though. Alright, so 16 of these, or not 16, 8 of these would mean I'd need 24 of these, which means, do I even have enough quartz crystals for this? I think I do. $1K. So what is 24 times 4? Be 80 something. No, I don't have enough quartz crystals for this. Great. Okay. Now that kind of puts the whole kibosh on this plan. Should have been breaking more in between sessions. Well, maybe I've got more. Oh, I do have more. Okay, okay, okay. Good, 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 good. Oh, I have an entire block there. Wait, can these be condensed? They can be. Ooh, okay. Wait. And then this... Does this reverse? It does not. Oh, it does. Okay, okay. Okay, okay, okay. Cool, 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 cool. So that's good to know. I still actually want that highlight. Nope, nope, not that. Some more. Okay, that should be sufficient to make 8 4K ones. 1K. So I need 24 logic processors, which means I'm going to need 4 of these. You done? You are done. Okay. Do that and that. Okay. And am I out of that already? Okay then, we're gonna start using just chests that I randomly place. So I am out of freaking space. I probably should not have that there. There we go. Okay, so how many of these have I got? I have 9. I need 24 of them. It's not really an issue though. Okay, so all right. Not go in here, perchance. You did not. Whatever, that's sufficient silicon for now. Okay, so 24 minus 9 is actually 15. So yeah, that's the exact number that I need. Just toss this in there. I can't toss that in there because I don't have the space. So I thought, where'd it go? Did it go in there after all? It must have, because it's not in my inventory anymore. I'm gonna need more redstone, aren't I? No, no, we got redstone here. Okay, so what else can I do while that's doing? Literally nothing. Just sitting here twiddling my thumbs, waiting for this thing to finish processing. I think Oh no, never mind. Saw that thing finished and my brain processed that as being done, but it's not. Well, you know what? While it's doing that, I suppose we can go set up the system a bit. Okay, so hmm, debating about having it elevated or just having it on the ground. Having it on the ground here makes it easier to access, but elevated might be better for cable management. Whatever, we'll have it. There's 10 slots. I thought there would only be 8. Mm. Okay, well, whatever. We're going to stick with 8 things for now. Not to worry too much about it. You have cable here. Well, that's neat that shows a preview. And just kind of a temporary thing we'll just kind of throw on the controller here. I believe we can actually just kind of take the thing here and just kind of plunk it on directly like this. Maybe. Does that work? It does. Okay, cool, 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 cool. And then we can have... Actually, awesome, that worked. You know, there's no reason we have to have it so far down. We can just kind of take the controller here, there, fly up. Right, I have to hold shift. Okay, and now I need power cables. Do I still have any of those upgraded ones? And I should somewhere, but I don't see them. Oh, I have more quartz here. Okay. Might have just kind of shoved them there. Rid them for a moment. Where are my power cables? I know I have some more upgraded ones. Whatever, we'll go with the unupgraded ones. Probably should be fine anyway. There we go. Now we have juice. Okay, and over here, I am going to have this cable here. Just do this. And here is my terminal. Might actually want that recessed a little bit. There's nothing here, obviously, because I have nothing in the system. And, oh, right. Also, I need to build the interface. Plop that down there. Take my restricted tubes. That there. Ooh, no, that shouldn't be a problem because it has its own little inventory here. Yeah, so it's just gonna go to there and just fill up, and everything is good. Okay. And this thing is done. That, and that. Perfect. Oh yeah, and also I believe there's usually like an animation here. Yep, a little animation that kind of shows them being smushed together. That's neat. I'm gonna go get something to drink. I'll be right back. Back, and I see this thing has finished. Okay, so yes, I guess bother calculating how much I need. Apparently, I need more than that. Okay. Oop. Okay, more redstone. That should be sufficient. Yes, okay. Now to turn that into 4K. So I need... Oh, okay, okay. Actually, do I need any other resources here while I'm at it? Let's see. We need more redstone. Is that sufficient redstone? That is not sufficient redstone. Okay. What else do I need? Okay, okay, that's not too bad. What was I doing? Right, right, right. Okay, okay. So I need 8 of these, and they are calculation ones, I believe. Calculation. It's either right or it's going to turn into dust. One of the two. Let's see. How much quartz glass do I need? So I need 8 of these. Run this recipe twice. So I just need. There's what? 10? Yeah, 10. Okay. Oop. One too many. What is it going to take to make the housing thing? So that would be. Okay, copper, iron, 1 quartz. It's going to be 2 per, so I need 16 quartz, which means I need to run that recipe. What is it? 4 times, which is 20 quartz. Yes. Okay. Where is it? There it is. I'm going to need copper. That's not going to be sufficient copper. How are you doing? Okay. This, and I'm going to go grab copper. Copper. That should probably be sufficient copper. Okay. Do need more iron. Oh, I didn't. I might. No, I know I have some. There we go. That'll do. That'll probably do. Okay. Alrighty then. Right. I need to assemble them first. Okay. That helps. Okay. And there we go. They don't stack. Okay, that's not terribly surprising, honestly. Even though it took me by surprise. Okay, so how applied energistics works is at the top you can see how many bytes items use. Um, so it can hold up to that, but it's also got like a types thing of 63 maximum number of types. Those are like in inventory slots in a chest. So if you have a stackable item, uh, like wood here, these wooden planks, they will kind of go into one of those slots, and then this number will just kind of increment up until it hits the bytes used limit, which is pretty cool. It allows you to store crap tons of stuff in a single thing. But if you have something that does not stack, it will occupy a space by itself, and that'll be it. So this could hold potentially 63 non-stackable items, which would absolutely suck. Why do I have a skeleton? There's a skeleton down there for some reason. Okay. Oop. Oh, that's cool. It gives you a little preview of what's in it. That's neat. Okay, now it should be draining the backpack here. And for some reason mechanism pipes go for the last slot, which is a little weird. And it's depositing them into the interface here, which is then converting them into this. I should also be able to access it through this, which I can. Nice. Though, wow, that is freaking tiny. Holy shit, like, what the hell? I have never encountered it that tiny before. Terminal style. Tall centered terminal. Full height terminal, that's a little bit better. I guess we'll go with this. Okay. That's actually semi-usable. Alright. And yeah, it looks like those, I was worried that it would instantly be filled up in very short order. You can see it hasn't even touched the other ones yet, and it's already got so much crap stored away. Awesome, 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 awesome. Can I shove things in here? I can, in fact, do so. Nice. Okay. Next, we need to do something about this. Let's see if I can use a cardboard box on it. Nice. Okay. I'm just going to deal with you. What are you doing here? Get out. Shoo. Boop. Boop. Okay. And that is connected to the front. Suppose I should have seen that one coming. Let's see if we can fix that a bit. Now, you can use, like, tape. Let's see. Tape. So packing tape tells you how many uses. You have 8 uses on that. It seals it up so it doesn't drop or destroy items when you break the thing. Without that, one that has an upgrade like this will destroy any item that's above the, I believe, starting 2K. So if I was to pick this up, it would destroy 3.7K worth of Darkstone, which is slightly less than ideal. So you'd use tape to move it, but cardboard box is just multi-use. You can use it forever. It's absolutely great. And where did I put my wrench thing? Is it in here? It is in here. Okay, good, good, good. I can do this. Huh. Are you like full or something? You are not full. Is there like a limit to how much a mechanism pipe can carry? I'm pretty sure there isn't. Hmm. Okay, plan B then. Take this, pick this up, move it again. Yeah. Oop. Back there. One of these here. Plop that down there. Where's my other ender chest? There it is. There. Okay, so it's not that it can't extract from there. Okay, okay, now it's working. I have no idea why it wasn't working before. But whatever, it's working now. Oh, I noticed it's not pulling stuff from there. Oh, this is empty now. Okay. Okay, cool, cool, cool. So that was everything. It completely filled up the first one. Awesome, 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 awesome. Okay, okay. That am do be good. Which means that a quarry is now viable. I just have to figure out where I put the quantum thingamabobs. Where did I shove them? Oh, there's my good power cables. Oh, and I do have more pipes. Okay. Like, I thought I did, but I had absolutely no idea where they were. Okay, now I know. Uh... What stupid... There they are. That was the stupid place I put them in. Okay, I should connect. It did not, probably because I hadn't set up a thing for it. Trusted mode, private mode, upgrades. Wait, upgrades? Anchor keeps keeps a machine's chunk loaded. Well, that's neat, but unnecessary. Oh yeah, I've set this chunk so it's loaded up so I can continue to use it as a power source, and ran a cable to the machines over there so I'm not having to run a battery between them. Forgot to mention that. Config. Input. There we go. Okay. Wait. That was items. We're not moving items. Only power. Also not moving fluids. Items, fluids, chemicals. Oh, neat. So it can handle gases and things. Okay, okay, cool, cool, cool. And... home. Sweet. Okay, cool, cool, cool. So, home power grid. Now, uh, I have a mining dimension thing here. Yes, there we go. So, where to put the mining thing? Each dimension kind of has its own little mining area, and kind of the resource that I really need right now is ancient debris, which is found in the Nether. So I actually want to put it in the Nether, or in the Nether's other dimension. I think I'm hoping that it has ancient debris in it. We'll kind of find out, I guess. That is not my portal. I don't have my quarry. Where's the bed at? Okay, so... Ooh. And use this. Okay, I believe I have the Silk Touch thing in here somewhere. I really need to clean out my inventory. Like, it was getting messy because I didn't really have a good storage unit, but now that I do, I need to just drop shit off into it. I don't even remember what I was looking for. Right, Silk Touch. Okay, so what do you have in here? It doesn't tell me... what do you have? You have the Builder, so you do not have the... Okay. So I do, in fact, need to find that. Do I have the trash thing? There's the pump. That's going to be useful. Well, whatever. I can figure it out. On the other side. Wait, wait, wait. I also need the ender chest. I forgot. I forgot. How are we looking here? We are good. Just kind of do this, do this. You know, I've never actually seen the other or the beyond dimensions. I've only ever gone to the overworld's mining dimension. So this should be neat. How do I activate it? Shift right click with both hands empty. I'm shift right clicking with both hands empty. Oh, there it goes. Well, that's interesting. There's significantly more here than I was expecting. What the heck is this? Okay, okay, okay. It looks like we found something of interest here. Alright, it sounds like somebody's pissed off by my existence. Alright, so I need that, need. Okay, let's plop this down here. Not lag out too much, hopefully. Oop, 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 oop. There we go. Actually, you know what? I will use my lineage light to light this up here. Boop. That is not what I meant to do. I meant to use the spell. There we go. Okay. Yes. So, fluid drawer. Plunk that down there. We're going to put a builder on top of it. Now, if I can find my fluid trash can, that'd be great. I think that went into one of my inventories here. I'm not saying it. Ah, there it is. Okay, set this to whitelist. Water. I don't think there's any water here, but just in case, just... Wait, what the heck? Okay, that's interesting. Apparently the UI is glitched. Lava, but whatever, as long as it works, I guess. There we go, whitelisted, yes, okay. So if it encounters any water or lava, it'll just automatically destroy it, because there's no point in keeping that. Now, how this is supposed to work is when it outputs materials, it outputs it either to the top or the bottom. It'll try the top first. Can't put it there, then it'll put it on the bottom, which is great. So it will try to void it before it tries to keep it, essentially. Where's my... Okay, do we have the other kind then? We have exactly the number that I need. Oop. Okay. Oh, good, good, good. They're all... It's perfectly within... Well, now that I've seen it, I can't just ignore it. Okay, nope, wrong button. There we go. Nope, that wasn't one I thought it was. Actually, it might have made more sense to go that way. But whatever. Okay, and now we rebuild that. And builder. And then this thing on top. Whitelist. Lava there. Water here. Oh, I still have that there. That there, that there, that there, that there. Need to pull that out. Now I need to figure out what exactly happened to my Silk Touch quarry. Actually, no, we need to run the pipe cart first. Let's see. How tall can I get this? Okay, sure, whatever. That should cover pretty much everything. Okay, and then if I click this, it should actually change the contents of this. It kind of did not. Why won't this open? I'm right-clicking. There we go. Yeah, no preview? You're not going to show me a preview? I guess that kind of makes sense. Wait. Okay. So offset would have to be 256 by 256. Seems to have frozen. Ah, there it goes. You used to be able to set things by pressing these buttons here, but it doesn't look like you can do that anymore. Might be because this thing's a little too big, maybe. 256. Set it. Ooh. Oh, it would have been mining itself out. Okay, yeah. Well, no, actually, yeah, it would have been mining itself. Nice. And unfortunately, because it pulled that up while the card was out, these might be permanent now. Yep, great. I right-clicked on it, but it's just taking its sweet time. It's probably... Oh. Oh, interesting, it updated. I did not anticipate that happening. I have no idea what my neighbors are doing, but they're noisy as shit. It's, it's a thinking. I have absolutely no idea what it's currently depicting. I'm not sure it knows either. But I still can't open up the GUI, so we're stuck here till it figures things out. That thing's gone, so it's probably going to come back since that's on. Turn that off. Yep, it do things. It am be doing things. Okay, well. Okay, it seems to have caught up, so this is probably the current setup view. Current view. Pull that out. Should probably just be 0, honestly. Let's turn on preview mode again, and we'll just won't touch it until something pops up. Whoa, something popped up. Okay. Turn off preview mode so it go away. Okay, so one of these needs to be made negative. Actually, both of these need to be made negative. Perfect. Actually, we need to mess with the Y level, because I noticed that we're at Y level 200 currently. And this is going to go 120 both directions, which is less than ideal. So, you know what, since this didn't really cap us, let's put it at 512. Which should go all the way down and all the way up. Wait a minute. Would it go all the way down? No, because it goes to negative 64, I believe, which means I need to add 64 to the current height. So that'd be 260, 273, which is a wee bit more than what we got here. So, oop. 1024, just screw it. We'll just do that since it lets us do that. Huh. It seems to be one block off in a direction that's unexpected. So, which one is it? Let's try this one. Boom. I got it. I was expecting that to be wrong. Nice. Okay, cool, 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 cool. Okay, oh, right, and now I need to get power. I just fell off the platform because of lag. And I'm also just kind of realizing that because of my rather intelligent placement of this thing, I need to move everything over by one. Okay. Okay. Actually, just to make sure everything's placed in the right spot. I want this to be placed where I can actually see the contents. Okay. Oop, that's the wrong one. Well, actually, might as well just do that now, I guess. Okay, silk touch. That there. That. Okay, so plop that down there. And this needs to be have one more. Or I guess one more added to it. And if we preview it, perfect. Set that to whitelist. These need to be popped back down. Just hit with a wrench. Okay. This, that. Set that to home. Config. No item. No fluid. No chemical. Output to that. Okay. And well, actually, no, I do want it to wait at the position. And go. Now, this is just kind of clean sweep the fluids first. That's going to take quite a while. But it's a lot nicer when there's no, like, lava or water in the way. So I like to do that one first before I hit it with the quarry. Well, there's my quarry. Nice. And when the thing's done, I'll just replicate the numbers into here, and everything will be great. I also need to force chunk load this chunk here. Okay, so actually I'm gonna go stand right in the middle of it so it's nice and easy to determine. There we go. And I have something approaching me. Oh, it's one of you guys. He didn't seem hostile, which is a little weird. My God, no, I don't have gold. There's one of my backpacks. I don't know. I don't know what his deal was. Whatever. Doesn't matter. What do matter is this thing is a running. How's the power level here? That's keeping full from that. That's good. That's good. Everything looks good. I'll have to check on this later. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, now how do I get back out of here? Where was the point of entry? It was like over here somewhere. Oh, there it is. And add home. The bother. This goes under home. Okay, cool, cool, cool. And we'll check on that again later on. I want to see how well the power situation's holding up back here. Well, this thing's now producing power. Before there was a lot of these that weren't producing any power whatsoever, simply because I heard him moving, but I thought he was a zombie, so I didn't pay much attention to him. could have been bad. Well, it's not producing full power, so it's probably good. It's probably holding up just fine. Awesome, 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 awesome. Okay, so I don't know what to do next. That pretty much takes care of everything that I had for the time being. I suppose we could address Inferium. Sure, well, hmm. Yeah, you know what? We'll set up something. I can always change it later on if I need to. Uh, no, actually, I'll need to remove that one too. Where did I put that crafter? Where did I put my crafter? Where art thou, crafter? There it is. I see it. I see it. Okay. Actually, okay. Yes. Okay. So that'll come up here. And I suppose that'll go down there. So plump out stuff. Okay, so Mist in Fury. Okay, so where are the Inferi blocks? Of course, they wouldn't be there when I type in Inferi. Okay, so Inferian block. That actually, wait, we'll select the very top one. This would actually be internal Inferium block. Apply. The next level would be this. Internal, apply. The level above that would be this. Internal, apply. Next level above that would be this. Internal, apply. So on and so forth. This. Internal, apply. And I think this has to only be done through that, so... Is there a way to, like, clear these recipes? Do I have to just do this and apply? Okay. Actually, this would not be internal, it would be... Results of the crafting operation go to the buffer, but remaining items like bug heads will stay in the input. That should be good. Okay, and then that means that I need... fair amount of stuff here. I need that. And that and that should do me for the moment. that. Oh, right, because the filter, I can't do it because the filter. Okay, that there, that there, there. Okay, I need to disable that. Okay, so I need that there. Let's do this. Kind of that thing there. Next tier up would be there. Kind of be there. Yeah, I just can't do this by hand. There. Oh, I'm an idiot. Okay. Yes. So. And that would be the highest it can get up. Well, actually, no, it doesn't need to have space for that because that's just going to go to the output. So remember the current ones. There we go. So it has a set spot to set everything. And there we go. Perfect. And for this, I need to just clear out everything. Remove. Okay, so this would be add. What tags do you have? Okay, that is super helpful. How about what tags these block things have? That's coal. There it is. Okay. Okay, so it looks like these actually have some. They all have storage block. Okay, so add mystical agriculture. This isn't going to work. No, this is not going to work. I need... So, forget everything. Oops. So this is going to be that. That. Okay, so we have our base, that, and that. Okay, so this would be... There they are. Okay, so this... I think my neighbor upstairs dropped something, startled me. Okay, that goes there. That goes there. Yes, this. That goes there. That goes there. And then the premium block will actually just be this. Okay, cool, 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 cool. And now if I click remember, there we go. Okay. Actually, can this be compacted just out of curiosity? No, it cannot. That is as far as it'll go. Okay, so add tags. I can't navigate while that's there. Where did they go? I just saw them. There they are. Okay, so you'd think that they would all just have the essence tag, but no, just the base essence has the essence tag. So, okay. Let's try that again. What? Why no inferium essence? Did I misspell it or something? Okay, let's try this. Should be here with the mystical agriculture stuff, but it's not. Why is that? ERIUM. Incorrect for something, 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 something. Got that. Really? That is weird. Okay. Alright, well, I guess we'll just put in essence. Why does caps lock keep getting hit? Essence. Guess we'll just do straight up that. Oh. Oh, that's not good. No, we don't want those. We just want... Okay. Why? Oh, okay. You know what? There's a rather easy fix to this. There is a very easy fix to this. Boop. 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 Okay. And then I just... Nope, nope, nope. Stop. Stop converting shit. Okay. Okay, now I can do that. Turn it on. There we go. And it doesn't need a filter anymore. It does, however, need some power. Okay, and now... Oops. Son of a... There we go. Actually, I should probably do that. I need to go rescue that, because I don't know what happened to that. Oh hey, shiny zombie. Okay. Now that I've done that, if I come over here, stop flying, thank you. And go to... Right. Actually, I think I might have to go over here. Grab it from here. Inferior... There we go. Inferium ore. Okay, and put this here. Should... Ores inferium, nice. Okay, cool. Need... Grab all that. Throw that in there. I don't really need that. I need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Probably shouldn't be throwing a hoe in there because that's going to take up an entire type by itself. Put this down here. Wrong one. Actually, I can just kind of throw them here, can't I? Perfect. I forgot that was there. Alright. Stuff should be coming over here. Getting broken up by that. Nice. And all the experience is going to me because I am too close to the thing. And the inferium should be coming over here. Yep, it's getting processed. Why silicon there? What the hell? Okay, sure, whatever. I'm not gonna worry about it too much right now. It's working. But that means that silicon's just gonna go there for no reason. God damn it. Okay, 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 okay. Okay. You win. I'm turning this off. Put stuff in each of those. Forget. Quickly toss that in there. Perfect. Now remember. Okay. Oop. And then turn this back on. Awesome. Alright, alright, alright. That works now. And this premium blocks that it's generating, if it is generating any, I don't know if it has made some. Actually, I don't think it has. But any it does generate should come over here and enter the system all on its own. Which is good. Stupid zombies. Alright, well, I guess that's kind of it for the time being. I'm just going to let that quarry in the other run for a while. Once it's done, I'll automatically switch out to the actual quarry part of it. And kind of just let things run, I guess. Might add some more stuff to the storage there, but I don't see any reason to do that on camera. Yep. So, thank you for watching. If I don't stream anymore today, have a good evening.